Bhagat Singh was not just a name, he was a roaring flame of courage. That was a young man who dreamed of a free India. He lived during a time when India was under British rule. The British had come from a faraway land and were ruling our country. Many Indians felt that this was unfair. They wanted to be the masters of their own land. Bhagat Singh felt this injustice deep in his heart. He saw the struggles of his people and promised himself that he would fight for their freedom. His spirit was bright, and his resolve was as strong as a mountain. He was a hero waiting for his moment to shine for his motherland. His dream was simple yet powerful. He envisioned an India where every person could live with dignity and without fear. He saw a nation where farmers were not exploited, workers were treated with respect. This was not a dream of just changing rulers from British to Indian. It was a dream of a complete change, a revolution. He wanted to build a new society based on equality and justice for all. He came from a family of freedom fighters. His father, his uncles were already involved in the struggle against the British. He grew up listening to tales of bravery and sacrifice. These stories were like seeds planted in his young mind. They grew into a giant tree of patriotism. Even as a boy, Bhagat Singh showed signs of his extraordinary character, preparing himself for a great battle. The turning point in Bhagat Singh's young life was a terrible event. It was the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919. In the city of Amritsar, a large peaceful crowd had gathered in a park. They were there to protest against the British. Suddenly, a British officer named General Dyer ordered his soldiers to fire on the unarmed people. Hundreds of men were killed, hundreds of women were killed, hundreds of children were killed. Bhagat Singh was only 12 years old at the time. When he heard the news, he was deeply shocked and angered. He even skipped school and walked miles to visit the site of the tragedy, collecting a handful of blood-soaked soil as a solemn reminder. This tragic event lit a fire of revolution in his heart. He could not forget the cries of the innocent people. He saw the cruelty of the British rule with his own eyes. The blood-soaked soil he collected became a sacred symbol for him. It reminded him every day of the promise he had made to himself. He vowed to drive the British out of India so that such a tragedy would never happen again. This was no longer just a childhood dream. It became the mission of his life. He knew he had to do something. He decided to join the freedom movement and dedicate his life to his country. As he grew older, Bhagat Singh joined revolutionary groups ready to risk everything for India's independence. The path of a revolutionary was filled with danger. Bhagat Singh and his friends lived a life of constant risk. They had to hide from the British police. They often changed their names and appearances to avoid being caught. They moved from one city to another.